Morning, everyone. I am Samson Okolinta. I work as a senior business development professional at Prefer Solutions. We'll be making a short video on how the our SME Performance Tracker works. In this short video, you will be getting to understand how the tracker works. So, firstly, when you make an order, you'll be getting a password with a tracker and then a guide. The first password is the general password, and then the second one is a more personal password for your business. The tracker has about 7 to 8 sheets. This is the first sheet, and then the next is the instruction sheet. The next is the business info sheet, where you'll be asked to input some of your details. Most times, or sometimes, we'll help you do this. The fourth sheet is the revenue tracking sheet. In this case, you'll be asked to input what you sell. So let's say, let us use a business that sells. Let's use a business that produces, let's say, table water. Let's use Zina table water and sachet water. Now, this sheet, all you need to do is to input your products or services, and then every week you put the money that you make. Let's say in the first week of January, let's say they made 10,000. Yeah, week 2 they made 25,000. This is an example. This is how it works. Also, let's say in this week, in first week of January, they made, let's say, 25k from selling sachet water, and they made, let's say, 30,000 from selling in the second week of week 2. So this is how it works. It calculates the total amount spent, or sorry, the total amount earned from each week, and it adds it up to the total of each month. Also, it has a general total, whereby you get to see the total amount of income for the year. You see that it is currently 90,000 because this is what we have here, because this plus this gives 90,000. So also, it also has an expenses tracking sheet. Here you'll be asked to input your expenses here. So let's say the business, incurs expenses in the area of salary, in the area of advertisement, and let's say in the area of what else. Let's just use these two as an example. You see, as you input these things here, they all coming into these places. So what you just need to do is you come in here and put the value of each of these expenses. We know that salaries are usually paid in the last week of the month. So you just come in here. Let's say that the business pays, let's say, 100k as salary to all of his staff. Also, let's say that they spend, let's say, 10,000 naira in week 1 on Facebook adverts. They spend 25,000 naira on them, 25,000 naira on printing flyers. They spend 30k on TV broadcasts, and they spend 15k on radio stuff. So these are just examples. Now we can see that these values here they are all calculated, and then they give the total value at the end of the month. Also, it's also because of this the months of February, March, and the rest are all empty. It shows that this is the total expenses for the year. Also, the tracker the tracker works not only for this current year. It also has you can use this tracker for about 2 or 3 years. It has for both 2021 and 2022. Also, it has a PL statement for each of these years, and in this case, you don't need to even make any changes here. It automatically calculates your profits or loss for the month, for each month, and also for the year. So in this case, you get to see how much profit you are making. Now, from what we have here, we are seeing that the company is incurring a loss of 90,000 naira because they received income of 90k, but then they spent 180,000 naira. So these stuffs help people understand their profit or loss for each month and also for the year too. It also has a performance rate schedule, where in this case it tells you in percentage how much your company has grown. So most likely these things are zero values because we are still in quarter one. In fact, we have not even started quarter one. The changes I made in these cases were just in January. I know that a quarter comprises of just of 3 months, so that's why the values here are empty. Also, it has an inventory management control system, whereby it helps you understand it helps you understand your inventory at the end of each period. So let's use this as an example how it works. Let's show you how it works. Let's say that this company sells, we are still using the same example as Zina table water and sachet water. So all you need to do is come in here and impute the products you sell. You also come here and impute the price. Let's say they sell, let's say a bag, let's say a packet of table water for 7 naira, and then they sell one bag of table water for 100 naira. This is an example. And then let's say, let's say that at the end of the month, at the beginning of the accounting period, they had 100 bags left, 100 packet of table water left, and they had 150 bags of this left. So this automatically helps you calculate the total value, stock value, which is about 85,000, and shows that you have. And this also helps you get the stock, the initial stock value, and also the initial stock quantity, showing that you have 100 bags, so 100 packets of table water and 150 bags of pure water or sachet water. Now the next thing you do is to come in here and then impute your monthly or weekly or daily purchases of production. Now let's use an example that this of let's use this example. Let's say assume that this company produces, let's say, or let's say that on the 12th of January. These things are example. Let's say that they produce, let's say, 200 bags of sachet water. These things, what you need to do here is to come in here and input the item code, which is this. So you come in here and input A102. It appears automatically and shows the price. You just need to come in and input the quantity produced. We say that they produce 150, which is, it calculates the value too. Let's say on the 20th of January 2, they produced table water. You come in here and input the code A101. It comes in automatically, and then you put in the value. Let's say 200. It shows that you produced. This thing means that on the 20th of January you produced 200 units of table water. Now, as you make sales, you also come in here and input that. Let's say we are assuming that on the 21st of January they sold, let's say, table water. So you come here and input the code A101, and then let's say that they sold, let's say, 150. It imputes the value, and let's say on the 23rd of, please don't mind the dates, we are just using this as an example. Let's say they made sales of they sold, let's say, 50 bags of sachet water. So you come in here A102, and then they sold these 50 bags. Now what this stuff does is that it comes in, like, after imputing this stuff, your sales and your purchases, you come in here to see the total stock at the end of the month, or at the end of the period. Let's say if you want to, let's say, know the total amount of stock left, you come in here. This here shows that you have 150 quantity of or 150 packets of table water left, and have 250 bags of sachet water left. And then this also calculates the total stock value, meaning that your total stock value is 130,000 naira. This amount goes to your balance sheet as current asset. Also, the debtors tracker helps your business track your debtors. Let's say every business has a credit policy. Some have 30 days credit policy, meaning that you allow your customers to pay you between the first 30 days. Some have 60 days, some have 90 days, and then, so in this example, let's just use 30 days as our for this example, let's use 30 days as our credit policy. Now let's assume that on the 1st of, okay, today is 23rd. One thing about this tracker is that it's every day it shows the current date, so you don't have to input anything here, because these things we've used formulas already, so you don't even have to come in here and change the formula, because it has been protected already. So every day, like today is Thursday, tomorrow, when it's Friday, to input, it will show the date of tomorrow. So it has been automated to work that way. Now let's say on the first, okay, let's today's date is 23rd, so let's say on the 23rd of January, with let's say let's say Dangote PLC, Dangote Cement. We are using Dangote as an example. Let's say this is the invoice number. This is just an example. But let's leave this. Let's say that they bought something. We had a credit sales of, let's say, 150,000. This is an example. That is, they bought something worth 100,000 on credit. You only impute things that you only impute credit sales. If you don't have any credit sales, you don't have any business here. It's only when your customers get something from you on credit, or when they buy your product or services on credit, that's when you come in here to impute values. So let's assume that they made a promise to pay, let's say on the 25th of January, that is in 2 days. This is an example. Now, this stuff here, your debit status helps you track whether your credit sales is due for collection or not. Now, you see on this place we are seeing not due, meaning that because it is not yet 25th, he promised to pay on the 25th of January, but it's still, today's date is still 23rd, so it is not yet due. This also shows the total amount of debt. Let's also assume that he pays 100,000 same day or after some days. It shows that the balance due changes from 100,000 to 50,000. Let's use another example. Let's say on the 19th of January. Let's say ABC Limited, this is an example, purchased goods worth 200,000 from us. Maybe they bought, let's say, some bags of pure water or soy water, and then they promised to pay, let's say, on the 24th. No, that's the 22nd of January. Now, you can see what this would change to now. 1 day due. Now, this means that because they promised to pay on the 22nd of January and today is 23rd already, that is, they are owing by 1 day. Now, let's assume that if we change this date to, let's say, 20th, you would see you will get to see the number of days that's due for collection of credit sales. Now you see that this has changed to like 3 days already, because it shows that ABC Limited is owing us because they promised to pay the next day. Let's say they bought it on the 19th, promised to pay on the 20th, but today is what, 23rd, and they've not yet paid yet. So it shows that it is 3 days due, and then it shows the total amount of debt. So this is how this sheet works. Also, it has a creditors tracker whereby you get to track your creditors. Now, the difference between this and this one and this is that while this one helps you track your credit sales, this helps track your credit purchases. That is those things you buy on credit from your creditors. So it does the same way it works. It's also the same way this also works. Just that in this case, you come in here and impute you impute sales transactions that are related to your creditors or suppliers. It also has a glossary sheet where you get to understand some of the terms that we've used. So I hope that with this short video, you get to understand how the tracker works. If you have more information or you need questions, you can always ask us questions by calling 09056289995 or sending an email to info@prefersolutions.com. Thank you so much.